get started. So today we are going to finish the math for this chapter. So it's called Pretest Math Problems down here, Chapter 8 Pretest Math Problems. I used to give a pretest with every chapter, and so that's where these come from. I figured we could use some more math work here. And then we have these two agreements that are homework that we will go over after. So this is the doc. It is a Google Doc. You can make a copy of it, but if you already have a doc open for notes, you can just copy and paste it, or you can just write out your work. I prefer to write out math, so there's that. All right, so we're gonna do these 5 problems. Let me try to zoom in a little bit. Ooh, maybe not that much. Okay, so number 1, you can buy a computer with your credit card and pay for it over the course of 1 year. With an interest rate of 16%, you would need to pay $181.46 for 12 months to pay off the charge. You can rent the computer for 12 months for $200 per month. And at the end of the rent period, you buy it for $300. How much would you save by purchasing the computer with your credit card instead of using the rent to own plan? All right, so we have to compare the 2 plans. The first plan is your credit card. So with your credit card, it says you were paying $181.46 for 12 months. So $181.46 times 12. All right, so let me get this here. 181.46 times 12 is $2,177.52. So that's how much you would pay. Notice it tells you you're getting a credit card rate of 16%. That doesn't matter for what we're doing. The bank or the credit card company use that to calculate your payment, but they told you your payment, so you don't really care. That's just an extra number in this problem. So that's if we use the credit card. If we do rent to own, so if we rent it, it says 12 months for $200 per month, and then you buy it for $300 after that. So $200 times 12 plus an extra $300. So 200 times 12 is going to be 2,400 plus the 300 is going to be $2,700 for the rent to own option. So for the savings, 2,700 minus 2,177.52 is a savings of $522.48. So this problem also doesn't tell us the cost of the computer. That's not incredibly important. Yes, you would want to know how much you're spending, but maybe you need this computer for work, and so you don't really have an option, and so you have to go with one of these choices. And in this case, your credit card is going to be the better option. All right, number 2 says the Albertsons are purchasing a home for $400,000. They are financing 70% of the home's value. In addition to the down payment, they have the following closing costs: lender's inspection fee, loan origination fee, notary public fee, document recording fees, and a title search. What is the total amount of the closing costs? So, for the closing costs, all of these are given in dollar amounts except the loan origination fee. It's 1.5% of the loan amount. So the first thing we need to figure out is the loan amount. How much are the Albertsons getting their loan for? Well, it's a $400,000 house, and they're financing 70%. Financing means that's how much they're getting their loan for. So we need 70% of 400,000. So 70% of 400,000 is going to be $280,000. That's how much they are getting their loan for. So they're getting a $280,000 loan. So the loan origination fee here then, 1.5% of the loan amount. So 280,000 is the loan amount times 0.015. Remember, for a percent, we move the decimal 2 places, and so it's 0.015. So 280,000 times 0.015 is $4,200. So then our closing cost, 400, 4,200, 60, 75, and 300. Add them all up. 5, 13, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. $5,035 is going to be the closing cost here. All right, number 3. Margaret Ward is buying a house for $169,900. Her mortgage company will only finance 80% of the value of the home. What is her required down payment? So, if they're going to finance 80%, so 100% minus 80% is going to be a 20% down payment. If you don't need to write that down, that's fine. I just want people to understand where I'm getting 20% from. They're going to give her a loan for 80%, so then the remaining 20% is the down payment. So we need to figure out what is 20% of $169,900. So Margaret's required down payment is $33,980. So almost $34,000, right? Just $20 short. So $34,000 almost for her down payment. And I don't want this to be discouraging if you're like, wow, when am I ever going to be able to save $34,000 to buy a house? That's for this type of loan. Certain types of loans require you to have 20% down payment. And that helps you avoid things like mortgage insurance, which, remember, you don't want mortgage insurance. The lender wants mortgage insurance. But sometimes when you're first buying your house, that's what you have to do, and that's okay. All right. Number 4, Lucy Garcia took out a loan for $40,000 at 10% interest for 10 years. Her monthly payments are $528.60. She made payments for 1 year and has paid the principal down to $37,546.36. She now wants to repay the loan early. The loan specifies a $300 prepayment penalty if she pays the loan now. How much will she save by paying the loan early? Round to the nearest whole dollar. Okay, so we have to compare the different scenarios and then get the savings. Kind of how we did on number 1, compared the scenario, or did the 2 scenarios on savings. We're saying she could pay it off early. So to pay it off early, what you do there is you do the principal plus the penalty. So if she pays it off early, the principal is $37,546.36 plus a $300 penalty. So paying it off early is $37,846.36. Okay, so then option number 2 is to continue payments. So to continue payments, it's the monthly payment times the number of months you have left to pay. So for this situation, our monthly payment is what? Here it is. So $528.60 times, okay, well, it was a 10-year loan, but she's already paid for 1 year. That means she has 9 years left, and every month she pays. So this is going to be times 9 times 12. This 9 times 12 kind of goes together. It doesn't matter order of operations, what you multiply first. Multiplication order doesn't matter. But again, the number of years and then 12 months per year. Or you could do that off to the side and say, okay, there's 108 months left. It doesn't matter. So 528.60 times 9 times 12 is $57,088.80. Make sure you add the 0 there. Again, it says 0.8. So for our savings then, we just subtract that. I'm running out of space here. I did not line this up the best, but that's okay. 57,088.80 minus $37,846.36. So that's a total of $19,242.44. The problem says, this last part, round your final answer to the nearest dollar. So if this were multiple choice, or if you had to type in your answer, you would not type that in. It would be $19,242. You do not round up. You leave it at 42 because this is less than 50 cents. So in this problem, again, I want to point out this 10% interest was extra information. Whoever gave her the loan, that lending company, they took that into consideration for this payment. Also, you didn't need this $40,000. Sure, it's helpful to know maybe because that's how much your principal is after a year, but those were 2 numbers that were just extra information in this problem. A lot of times we try to do something with every number, and that's not the case here. And then last math problem here. You're sharing a rental home with 2 roommates. The roommates have agreed that the person occupying the master bedroom with the private bathroom should pay 40% of the rent and utilities, while the other 2 should each pay 30%. The rent and utilities bill due this month are $900 and $189. So the total for the month, 900 plus 189 is $1,089. That's what everybody owes combined. So then your share, because you occupy the master bedroom, $1,089 times 40%. So this ends up being $435.60. Again, make sure you put the 0 after the 6 to get full credit on things like this. If I wanted your roommate share, I'd multiply by 0.30, not 0.40. So with something like this, just kind of, I know we talked about roommates this month. If you have your own bedroom or your own bathroom, should you pay more rent? Possibly that's something to think about. Utilities, though, I would recommend, if this is kind of a real life situation, that you don't split the utilities as extra. You split them evenly. Right? Because you have your own bathroom and the bigger bedroom, you're not using more electricity. You're not going to the bathroom more. You're not showering more or less. You would still do that just in a shared bathroom. So I would, if this were my situation, just kind of telling you, I would not split the utilities as a 40, 30, 30. I would do them in thirds. And then you could decide how much rent should really be extra for having your own bathroom. All right, so that is it on our math. Let me go back to our Google Classroom. For your classwork this week, kind of jumping ahead. So this week of 426 to 430, your notes, 8-3, the do the math, problem 28 yesterday, and today's math problems. This can now be turned in. I know we're not done with the week, but tomorrow we're doing a Kahoot, so we are done with all of this. 8-3 we finished, we did on Monday, so you can already be doing those. Vocab was assigned yesterday. These next two are part of tonight's homework, the payday loan agreement and the title loan agreement. So I'm going to go over these so you kind of see what they look like. So you have two homework assignments tonight, but they're both fairly short. So read the fine print. There's going to be two images here. You can use this link if you prefer. So if you zoom in a little bit, remember a payday loan is like a cash advance. You go in there and say, hey, I'm getting paid in this day. I need this much money. So here, Ron Jones, this is his social security number, contract number, payment due date up here, top right corner, 11/28/2005. They have his address. They have what he looks like. He made this transaction on November 14th, 2005. So notice these are 2 weeks apart, the day he made it and the day it's due. Here's who he got the money from. He's going to make one payment that is due on this date. This annual percentage rate is the cost of your credit as a yearly rate. So remember, if we do something with interest, you'll see down there, it's principal equals interest times rate times time. The finance charge, so he's going to have to pay $36 for this to finance $200. So in the end, the total payment after everything is paid will be $236. Goes through the loan agreement. The lender is who's giving the money. Ron, who is borrowing the money, is the borrower. There's a typo here. This should be ER, not RE, but it's a picture, so I could not edit it. Found it online, by the way. Interest. This is a simple interest loan, so principal times rate times time. They divided by 365, so the number of days in a year. So the interest per day is $3.57. Our book uses 360 for simplicity, but here, so this is his daily interest. So for example, this is an example, sorry. That's if the interest rate were 625. His interest rate is 469% and 0.29. Remember, most credit cards are going to be 20 to 30%. And so if you need $200, you're better off putting it on a credit card than getting a cash advance if you have a credit card available to you, because you could pay off that credit card and pay much less than $36 for 2 weeks. Truth of application, bank charges, default kind of says what happens. Default is if you don't pay it. The consequences, default fee, $20, collect judgment against you, etc. Method of payment, governing law, who you make your check payable to, and then sign it. Then you have 10 multiple choice questions to answer. Some of them do require a little bit of thinking. What did you learn? Hopefully you learned something. If not, you can leave that blank. That problem is not graded. It's just kind of to get feedback to me. Was this something worthwhile? Then there's also a auto title loan agreement, same exact concept. Remember, an auto title loan is you own your car and then you take it and put it up for collateral. And so you get a loan from them. And if you don't pay it, they can come take your car away. So here, Easy Title Loans is who's giving this to Carl Stover, their information, his information. It's a 2003 Kia Sorento that is blue, VIN number, license plate number, says where to bring the car if he can't make his payments. The date of the loan was January 10th, 2017. Here, the annual percentage rate is much lower. It's 144%, but that's still ridiculously high. His finance charge, the dollar amount the credit will cost you, $14.82 and 87 cents. That's how much money they are making off of him by giving him $1,000. So in the end, Carl's going to pay $24.82, almost $24.83, by borrowing $1,000. He's making 18 payments of $137.94. They are monthly payments starting in 1 month. It's January. He's paying them in February. So for a year and a half, he's going to pay them this much to borrow $1,000. Late charge tells you how much it is. If you look, prepayment, if you pay off early, you will not have a penalty. So that's good to know. He could just pay him off when he gets the money. Kind of breaks it down for you. Again, promise to pay 18 payments of this much beginning on this date. Loan origination fee, there's no fee here. We just saw with closing costs, sometimes there's a loan origination fee. And then it goes through and kind of breaks down all of the other parts. And then same idea, 10 multiple choice questions. So again, both of those, we'll go over the mortgage bill one tomorrow, but it is very similar. And everything else in here could be turned in, and then your test will be on Friday. Tomorrow we will be doing a Kahoot. So that's kind of